So today I posted something just about kind of like where my nutrition journey started. And it was definitely in high school wrestling. This was like two, 2001 is when I guess, started wrestling varsity. I was a freshman. I was like 13 years old, 14, maybe 14. I was always young for my grade, but I was a freshman wrestling varsity, and I didn't have to like cut that much weight, but I always had to, at least I don't remember. I think I only remember one time specifically freshman year feeling like I had to like truly struggle and make weight. It was for some dual meet. But I definitely had to kind of, I guess, watch what I ate. And, obviously you always had to make weight. And I really don't remember. But again, I remember that morning of my conference tournament, kind of telling myself like I'm gonna lose today on purpose because I don't want to fucking make weight anymore. Like I'm tired. I want to eat. This isn't fun, and I think that's kind of, I guess, where things started. And then June sophomore year, probably as far as I can remember, didn't have to cut that much weight at all because it was like where I was. I just was never gonna make the next weight. I think I came into the season at like in my mind like 119, 118, and so I was wrestling 112. I'm pretty sure I wrestled 112 the whole entire year that year. And I was never going to make 103. That was what I was the previous year. And so I didn't have to cut that much weight that year. Just got beat at the end of the year. Won my conference tournament, lost to a senior that was better than me. He was one of the best in the county, and then I lost again. But that's when I started strength training. When my coach told me, hey, time to get stronger. And then junior year, shit show. Was just always lost weight the wrong way. Didn't know anything about proper like I didn't know anything about protein, right? And so we were always told carbs, 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 and just like was always dehydrated and didn't drink enough water because I thought that that was like the easiest way to lose weight was, you know, not drinking water, which is the dumbest thing ever. And, was always would make weight and then would eat like an asshole, which is another thing. Again, I just thought that that was what you did. I thought that was, I don't know, maybe it is what everybody was doing, but it's fucking stupid. That's what I know now. And, I specifically remember coming back from Christmas break and weighing like 138 pounds. I weighed more than the guy that was wrestling the weight above me. And, then I had to lose like 20 pounds that week for the tournament. And not quite 20, but probably like at least, I think 17. I probably made like 121 maybe. I don't know the exact weight. I had to lose it over 10 for sure, 15, whatever. But then at the end of the year, again, stupidly dropped down to a weight that I hadn't been at all year. You know, now they have rules that this wouldn't even be a thing, which is great. And I just legit did not eat for like a month almost. Like if I had a bagel, and like a little glass of orange juice or a glass of water or like a Gatorade a day, I would say that that would probably be a lot for like at least 3 weeks, and just wrestled horribly. And there's other things there also, just like mindset and mental things that were there. I was focused on losing weight and making weight rather than being the best wrestler and performing my best at the time that obviously it mattered most. And again, I truly thought once you like made weight and kind of like rehydrated, you ate, thought you were good. I didn't know. I was a fucking stupid 16-year-old kid. Nobody told me, like the internet barely exists. I didn't know the difference between maybe like good carbs and sugar. And I didn't know that, obviously you don't truly rehydrate like in a matter of minutes or like an hour. And so if you're like severely dehydrated, which if anybody remembers what I looked like stepping on that scale, I was a fucking ghost. And yeah, so that is kind of where it started. And I remember specifically talking to someone else on another team, and they were telling me like what they were eating and what their coach told them to eat. And I was like, huh, like some chicken, some rice, and some vegetables, or like a meat, a carb, and like vegetables. Like that sounds amazing. Like I'm not eating any of that. And so like my senior year, I adopted that, um, which I'll get into maybe next week. But that's really where um I started to maybe learn a little bit more about nutrition. Is like at the end of that junior year where, just wrestled like complete garbage. Um and kind of into my senior year, and like I said, still made mistakes, still didn't really like truly understand everything. Not that like anyone maybe does, but I feel like I'm really dumb. I feel like I was really dumb back then, and was eating chicken parm before, wrestling final matches, and pancakes and syrup and dumb shit. And so that's really where I guess it all started, where I started to like learn maybe just a little bit about nutrition and diet and the effects of losing weight and dieting the wrong way and not fueling yourself and not recovering properly and not hydrating properly. I learned the hard way, and it fucking sucks, and I truly hate talking about it, but I'm just sharing kind of like my journey and where things all started. So I don't know. Ask me a question if you have anything.